Moving on to grant writing. So, with grant writing, it is basically, to write in a manner for raising funds. It's probably from an institution, for governments, for corporations, or from foundations or trusts. So, here the tune and the tone of the language has to be very polite, right? Because you're seeking for grants. And in fact, a grant is different from a proposal because a loan, a grant is different from a loan. So, a loan you have to pay back, whereas a grant, you do not have to pay back. So you are asking for some kind of permission or financial help. It would be with regards to helping an NGO or anything of that sort. So let's look into the format of grant writing and all. Yeah, so grant writing is writing proposals for the funding of research program or any event from the government, corporates, or trusts. So yes, when we are talking about seeking for a research now in your college at all, any if there is a person from a college or from the academic who wants to go ahead and conduct a research. So obviously they would then, seek for grants from the college, universities and stuff. And a grant would then be, usually a percentage is kept away for, grants and stuff. But yeah, and I feel that yes, there is a scope in this research and it would definitely be beneficial to the name of the university and the college. They would go ahead and sponsor their research programs and stuff. But research can get expensive if, it has to be conducted by an individual. So here, they would help the students and staff to go ahead with the process and the research and, understanding all of the different ways, the quantitative, the qualitative measures, and the process is pretty expensive. So this is one type of grant. And another type of a grant is probably, NGOs seeking for grants to go ahead and fund the organization or to fund certain events and, for the upliftment of the society. And then I'll also give you another example. Now, in an educational school, okay, an educational institution, probably there are, 50% or you can say 40% of the students are lagging behind, as in they do not have the grasping capabilities and the capacity as a normal kids should. Here, what happens then, this educational institution would probably write grant proposal and send it out to higher institutions or, send it out to various foundations and corporations seeking for assistance. So then they would go ahead and state the problem that right now there are probably 50% to say whatever percentage of the students are lagging behind and they are not able to cope up with the other students because of so and so factors. So we require probably a grant of 1 lakh through which we would definitely go ahead and conduct a lot of training programs. We would go ahead and do a lot of activities. We would just try different ways of teaching, different methods of teaching. We would probably use different instruments. Probably we would use different tools and equipments and techniques of teaching in order to go ahead and bring all the students at the same level of grasping capacity or memorizing stuff. So this would be one way of asking for a grant as well. So there are different ways. So however, the main thing is the tune and the tone of the language has to be very polite.